Welcome to Yoga with Subhash. In today's segment, we'll be doing part 3 of the sequence in which we'll practice a few more of the seated hip opening poses. So let's get started. Let's just sit down in a very comfortable cross-legged posture called the Sukhasana for a few moments. Trying to keep the spine upright, arms and shoulders relaxed. Now slowly stretch the legs out in front and spread them wide out. And we'll begin with a seated wide-legged side stretching pose that also involves twisting the spine gently. Now as you inhale, stretch the arms out horizontal in line with the shoulders. Pause briefly. And as you exhale, turn the body to your left and then bring the right hand in front. That will engage a gentle twisting of the spine, and then try to position the chest directly on top of the thigh. Bring the hand close to the left toes. The left hand, you can position it lightly on the floor behind your back. Pause briefly, and again with the next inhalation, come back to the center with the arms stretched out horizontal. Pause. And as you exhale, turn the body this time to the right. And again, creating a gentle twist. Position the chest on top of the thigh and stretch the left arm in front to get closer to the right toes. You can position the right hand lightly on the floor behind you. With the next inhalation, come back to the center. And again, now just continue with this same movement of turning and dropping the chest on the exhalation, coming back to the center on the inhalation. Try to maintain good synchronization between the breaths and each movement. Try to maintain Ujjayi, deep pattern of breathing, and maintaining full awareness of the stretch. At no time you want to overstretch any part of the body. So continue in this manner for a few more breaths. And as you finish your next exhalation on your right side, at the end of that full sequence, come back up to the center with the next inhalation, and then stretch the arms out horizontal one more time, and then finally release the hands, and then just relax there for a few moments. Keep the legs still wide out but relaxed. And next we'll do the seated wide-legged forward bending stretch, and in Sanskrit it is called the Upavishta Konasana. Sit down with the legs spread out wide as far as it is comfortable. Pressing the hands into the floor, try to bring your buttocks forward along the floor. This should help widen the legs even further, and in your final position the legs could be almost 90 degrees apart or even wider. Try to keep the kneecaps and the toes pointing upwards. With your spine elongated and straight, place the hands on the floor in front of you, and then slowly begin to walk your hands forward, away from you. As you move your hands away, fold from the hips, not the waist. Avoid rounding the spine. Go only as far as it is comfortable. Continue to increase your forward bend until you feel a stretch in your hamstrings, inner thighs, and inside of the knees. As soon as you begin to feel a resistance from any part of the body, back off a little and try to relax the muscles. When the muscles are loose and relaxed, they may be willing to go for a deeper stretch. When you feel that you have reached your final posture, spread your arms out to the sides and try to hold your big toes by making a loop with your thumbs and the first two fingers. If you're unable to get to the toes, hold on to the ankles or the shin area or any part of the leg that you can reach with the hands. Depending on the level of your flexibility, you may actually be able to bring your forehead or your chin to the floor. Maintain the final position for as long as it is comfortable, but try to build up your capacity to stay in the pose for a minute or so. To come out of the pose, gently begin to walk your hands back towards your body, bringing your torso upright while still keeping the spine comfortably tall, elongated. And finally, release the hands down and then relax in any cross-legged position called Sukhasana for a few more breaths. And next we'll practice the seated twisting stretch called the Ardha Matsyendrasana. Please visit my blog post or the YouTube video for this pose to learn about different variations that you can use while practicing this pose. Sit down with the legs stretched out, straight out in front. Keep the spine upright and shoulders relaxed. Now bend the right knee and place the right foot on the outside of the left knee. Try to keep the foot flat on the floor and the knee vertical. Raise the left arm and place the elbow on the outside of the right knee. Try to push the knee inward with the left elbow and with the left arm. And with the left hand, try to hold the left knee. When you push the knee, allow the thigh to put a gentle pressure against the abdomen. Raise the right arm, twist the body around, and place the right hand on the floor behind the spine, making sure that the spine stays tall, vertical, and relaxed. Make a gentle effort to roll the right shoulder back and away from you. Look over the right shoulder, providing a gentle stretch for the neck as well. Try not to put any strain on the neck. Try not to twist the spine more than its natural flexibility will allow. Continue with your normal, natural pattern of breathing and maintain the awareness on the entire length of the spine. Hold the final position for about 40 seconds if comfortable. And finally release the pose. Relax the hands and get back to the center and relax for a few moments. And now we will do the same pose with the legs switched on the other side. So again, start by stretching the legs out in front. This time fold the left leg, position the sole of the foot flat on the ground on the outside of the right knee. Bring the left hand behind your back, roll the left shoulder back and away from you, and as before we'll try to maintain the spine tall and vertical. And once again, position the right hand on the outside of the raised knee and try to push against the knee with the elbow and grab the other knee with your hand. Again, spine tall and vertical, left shoulder rolled gently back. Both the hips should be very firmly positioned on the ground. And again, maintain the final position for approximately 40 seconds And finally, twisting a little more, gently release the pose, bring the hands out, and then get back to the center and sit and relax in the cross-legged comfortable posture called Sukhasana for a few moments now. And finally, we will practice the pose called the Marichasana, named after Rishi or the sage Marichi. You can actually practice this asana in addition to or even as an alternative to the Ardha Matsyendra asana that we just practiced. So let's begin. Sit down with the legs stretched out straight in front and always keeping the spine comfortably tall and upright. Bend the right knee and place the sole of the foot on the floor with the heel as close to the right sitting bone as possible. Keep the left leg strong and straight, pressing the thigh firmly into the floor. And again, keep the spine straight, unrounded, throughout this posture. Bending slightly forward now, turn the bent knee slightly to the outside and place the right upper arm on the inside of the right thigh with the palm facing outward. Bend the right arm at the elbow and bring the right hand toward the back. On the other side, wrap the left arm behind the back and try to hold the two hands together. If the hands do not reach each other, you may use a strap with the two hands and then try to bring the hands closer to each other holding the strap. Look over the right shoulder and remember to keep the straight leg firmly grounded. You may continue lengthening the spine with each inhalation and twisting the spine a little more with each exhalation. And we'll try and hold this final position for a total of maybe 10 breaths. And finally, release the pose and come back to the center. Relax for a few moments. And now we'll repeat the same pose on the other side. So once again, sit down with the legs stretched out straight in front, keeping the spine tall and vertical. Bend the left knee and place the sole of the foot on the inside of the thigh with the heel as close to the left sitting bone as possible. Keep the right leg strong and straight, pressing the thigh firmly into the ground. Bending slightly forward, turn the bent knee slightly to the outside and place the left upper arm on the inside of the left thigh with the palm facing outward. Again, bend the left elbow and bring the left hand toward the back. On the other side, wrap the right arm behind the back and try to hold the two hands together. Once again, if the hands do not reach each other, feel free to use a strap with the two hands and then try to bridge the gap between the hands. Look over the left shoulder and remember to keep your straight leg on the ground, firmly grounded. Once again, try to hold the final position for about a total of 10 breaths. And finally, release the pose, get back to the center, and then just relax in the cross-legged Sukhasana for a few moments now. You can keep the eyes closed, spine tall and comfortable. Just relax for a few moments. I thank you for watching this video, and as always, I look forward to hearing back from you with your feedback or comments or questions. And I look forward to seeing you in a future video presentation. Namaste and have a wonderful day.